Hi everyone, so this is going to be my end of January updates. I hope everyone had a good new year and happy year of the rat. So I've rearranged some of the plants on the shelf here and I added the humidifier back in. And you'll see on the side there that one of the Ctsms is missing. It's not missing, I just unpotted it, but I'll show you that later. So this is my Vanda cristata and there's a green nubbin showing up at this spot. And this is my Ascocentrum ampullaceum and it has 3 active spikes. So that's 1, and these are the other 2. This is my Vanda tricolor seedling. I did repot it, and it did have a lot of root loss, and that's mainly because I've been letting it dry out too much, so there's that. I also moved it in this location just because I wanted to give it better light, and it's pushing out a new root tip, so that's good. These are my 2 Ctsms from Fred Clark, and they are entering dormancy. Well, the one in the back's already dormant, but this one here is about to head into dormancy. Alright, so let's look at my flask babies. Paraphalaenopsis laycockii is doing very well, and Dendrobium tobaense is doing pretty okay. I'm not sure how this one is gonna do. The one in the back there's 2 that seem pretty beefy, so that's good, and the rest seem kind of okay. They need to be watered, but otherwise they seem okay. So one thing I should mention is one of the Paraphalaenopsis seedlings had a mealybug on it. Now, I don't know where it came from because these were straight out of the flask, and these seedlings didn't have any mealybug on them. So I'm not sure where it came from. I do have a cactus plant that has a mealybug problem right now, but it's on the kitchen shelf. So did it travel all the way here? I don't really know. It's kind of a mystery. And I've also noticed that I've gotten other plants as well. So that's a bit concerning. I don't know where they came from, but so far things seem to be under control, at least with the orchids. So like the other shelf, I did some rearranging. So some stuff from the top shelf here has been moved to this shelf and vice versa. So that's a theme for this video. Things have been moved around. So this is my Phal javanica, and it was in bud, but again I had a problem with the bud not opening, so it never opened fully. I'm trying to figure out what the issue is. One of my to-dos this year is to get a humidity tray for all the shelves. I think that might help. This is my SLC, World Vacation Shibuya Sunset, and it's starting a new growth. This one was the latest one, and it's not as big as the previous one, but I think it had to do with the fact that it's winter time, so I'm hoping this new one can do a lot better. This is my Dendrobium linawianum, and I had an issue before with mites, but it seems to have been resolved, and this growth is growing really nicely now, so that's good. And this is my Dendrobium x usitae, and it has a problem with the accordion leaves with the latest leaf growth. I'm hoping that's not going to happen with the latest growth that I have at the bottom here, that guy. And this is my other Fred Clark Ctsm. So I've cleaned it up and I'm planning to put it in semi-hydro. It's usually recommended to start potting it up when there's a new growth. I'm super paranoid about breaking off the new growth and new roots, so I just do it when it's in dormancy, and as it's growing, usually the roots just go into the media, so in my experience, it's been okay to pot it like this. This is my Thrixspermum leucarachne, and it's in bud. For a few weeks, it was doing nothing. I think it goes through a cycle where it's like bloom, 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 and then it just doesn't bloom for a while, and I think it's back into the blooming phase. Okay, so this one is my Trichocentrum albococcineum. This one's pretty sad. I lost a growth. Basically what happened, it rotted, and I was able to catch it in time, but these back bulbs are not doing well. This is the only one that seems healthy, and this new growth seems like it's growing, so I'm being really careful with it. But if this fails, I don't think I'm going to get this plant again. So this is my Chysis limminghei. If you haven't seen my bloom video, I suspect that this plant is actually an alba version. Because it's not the color I want, I'm probably going to end up giving this away. And this is my Brassavola cuculata red form, and it's pushed out this new growth. And this is my Renanthera monachica, and it's starting to push out a new leaf. It never really fully developed this leaf. I'm hoping the next one will be a lot better. And this is Paraphalaenopsis labicensis crossed with Zaden fadenia mitrata, and it's pushed out these leaves, and there's another new leaf starting at the bottom there. It seems like this is a keiki of this plant. In the springtime, I'm gonna put this in a hanging basket. I think it'll look a lot nicer. And this is my Irides flabellata, and it's pushing out a new leaf. This is my LC Supersonic Striking Lip, and it's pushing out a new growth. I'm hoping this will bloom this year. This is my Ascocentrum pusillum, and it's pushing out a new leaf. The previous two leaves aren't as big as the previous ones to those, but this is getting pretty good root growth. It's actually gone into the pot, so that's good. This was suffering for a while, but it's making a good recovery. And this is my Leptodes bicolor, and I'm still waiting for it to bloom. This is my Vanda limulata, and the spike, or what I thought was the spike, hasn't moved since the last time I filmed it. I'm hoping it didn't abort. I'm hoping it's just resting, but we'll see next month. And this is my Mormodes andreatea, and it finally hit dormancy, so that's good. This is Papilioanth taiwaniana, and it's pushing out a new leaf. This is my Trichoglottis pusilla, and it's also pushing out a new leaf. Seems like the leaves are getting bigger each time, so I think this is doing very well for me. This is Ctsm gladiatorium crossed with barbatum, and it's just getting into dormancy. This one, I've been waiting a very long time to hit dormancy, but it's finally getting there. This is my other Ctsm cross, and it already has a new growth, so it didn't stay in dormancy for that long. There's also a nubbin here, and there's a nubbin, I don't know if it's two, but there's one here and on the other side of the growth. So this is Paphiopedilum Lindley Kopowitz, and it has a new leaf growing. This is Engracum germanianum, and its bud is progressing really nicely. So this is Dendrobium virginium, and there's two new growths. One is poking out there, and one is on this one, still under the skin, but I can see that it's going to emerge. And this is Dendrobium draconis, and it's pushing out a new growth. And I just noticed it's starting to push out a flower spike. So this is my Masdevallia infracta. It hasn't been doing that great for me, but it seems like it's recovering. This one was the latest leaf, and I see there it's going to push out another leaf, so I think it's recovering. This is my Stanhopea nigroviolacea Batman. It did push out a flower spike, which dried up, so it never really bloomed, but it's pushing something else out there. Not sure what that is yet. I haven't decided if I wanted to keep this or not. If I can bloom it, I might keep it, but if I can't bloom it, then I'm thinking about giving it away. And this is my Paphinia rugosa, and it has two new growths. Alrighty, so that's my video for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!